everybody, and welcome to another episode of War Thunder with the Pacific Thunder. This will be my second episode, and I will be flying mainly Russian planes and meanwhile talking like everybody. And taking down planes. Now, I'm gonna use the X7B, X9T, X1B, and P39K. As you can see, I have many X, and I'm still working on getting the X9K, which basically has a 45mm cannon, which I never have tried, but as you see, in the skill tree in my Russians is pretty much big. Now, why it's so big? Because I mainly used Russian planes in my first days when I was really bad, so I got used to playing Russians. I know the LA5F is a very good plane, and mightly in the next possible episodes I'm gonna review it and make a nice gameplay with it. I have the LA5, but still yet got not too many games with it, so I'm gonna stick with the X. Well, probably you guys saw me using X7B, X1B, and X9T. Why am I using this combination? Basically, I love the X. The X are great planes, for me at least. They always one cannon, one machine gun. You always have that deadly combination other than the X7B, which has two machine guns. But the X7B will be my first plane that I'm usually using, so I will be usually taking them off the skies with this one. What's good about the X7B is the option that you can carry rockets. If you can see right here, secondary weapons can be between 2 50 kilograms bombs or 6 82mm. Now, I know it affects a lot the speed, but in this yet doesn't really matter because as you saw again, I will show you it, I'm fully upgraded. So the effect on the total speed of it isn't that bad, and the engine still produces enough power to continue flying the plane without having any problems with the rockets. This thing is deadly, I will tell you. It's not the amount of armament it has, it's basically how fast it is and the turn time. In the X7B the turn time is pretty good, I would say. And you can enter turn fights and not against the Spitfire or a Zero, which has better turn time than this, but against like BF-109s or maybe other planes turn fights, you can take them pretty much easily. Next plane I will be using the X1B. Now, why I'm skipping the X9T, I will explain you later. The X1B is a later version of the 7B, which the Soviets have created, meanwhile the Second World War. Now, what's good about the X1B is not too much different about the X7B. They are pretty much the same. Just this one has one machine gun less. As you can see here, you have one machine gun of 12.7 instead of two machine guns of 12.7 in the X7B. Now, the armament, very same, just without rockets. I haven't finished it yet, and it still performs pretty well. It's pretty fun to play with this plane, and it can deal some damage for the enemy. Now, Yak-9T. Yak-9T, I just started it, as you see. It's a new plane for me. I yet don't know all the advantages and disadvantages of it, but the main disadvantages and advantages that this plane have, I mainly know. Now, what's bad about this plane is that it's based off a Yak-1B, just a bit stronger engine. But again, the cannon, the 37mm cannon, is just after the 3 first rounds, it's incredibly inaccurate. Now, your 3.87 kilograms of 1 second burst mass. That can take out very easily if you know how to use the cannon. Now, problem with this plane is that you don't carry a lot of ammo. I think it's even the same as the X1B. Yeah, just less ammo for the cannon. So you carry a little less ammo for the cannon, which is 30 rounds. But if you can put a couple of hits of those 30 rounds into somebody, they will probably take apart somebody. But the plane is very balanced. The turn time isn't the greatest, even though in the details of the plane it stays 19.7 the turn time. It's not that accurate. The turn time is worse than that. And that's basically all. Now, I will be using the Lestas the P39K, while I'm using his the Leslie. Basically, biggest armament. It has around 4 762 machine guns Browning, 2 12.7 machine guns M2 Browning, and one 37mm. That thing can tear apart people so easily that it's just incredible. Now, many of you will say, because you see that plane is premium, you will say, no, you're getting an unfair advantage over people flying those free planes that you get. Now, I will explain you something. War Thunder is not pay to win. Therefore, if you're flying a Yak 1B or Yak 9T, or Yak 7B even, which is a rank lower than P39K, those planes can easily take down this one if they use the advantages of these planes. That plane, as the only advantages it has, is high speed and armament. That's the only advantages it gives. Turn time, it's an American plane. I wouldn't drag it onto a turn fight, but you probably will see me going into turns when I need to. But usually I will go strike in a straight line. Alright, so let's go and see how it goes. Alright, so we are on top of the world. Very nice map, and pretty much like it. Gives all the advantages to one side, I would say, if you know how to use them. Hills are very good. Nice map. It's a new map, by the way, that got put in, I think, in patch 1.31 or 35. Yeah, I'm not sure, 1.35 probably. Alright, so as I said, the X7B going first. And let's wish good luck. Alright, so mainly my tactics is energy fighting. But yeah, sometimes I use difference depending on the plane. But I love bringing the planes up in the skies and having an altitude advantage to see everybody below me, so I can pick up my target wisely and not just charge into a row of 15,000 fighters, and when I will go up there I will know I will be raped. The X7B is probably made out of plywood, so it will be very hard to get out once I got in there. And one more thing I would like to say is that usually people bring their best planes into the fight. Now, that's the biggest mistake you can ever do. You need to bring, mostly, you're not too much, let's say your average planes that you have, even your worst plane, it's better to be deployed in the first time, and that applies for all ranks. Because going straight away to a fight with your best plane will be pretty much an idiotic way of playing, because you're gonna lose your first plane straight away, and you didn't even, there will be times you won't even be able to take down other players. So taking your worst plane first, you will have a good evaluation of the battlefield. You will see whoever brings the best equipment, and you will be able to see where the targets are and who needs any help. For example, that Wellington, alright, is not using his advantages and bringing too much people on him. And when that Wellington makes them chase him, he's making himself very easy target. Let's see if I will be able to take him down. Oh, I don't know if it's friendly, but probably. Overlord. Let's see where he is, under me. To go for a nosedive for him. Now, as you see, the X7B is very fast and maneuverable a bit more than any other plane. We'll try to catch him up. That Spitfire Mark 1 2A is not dealing too much damage for him, he's just spraying and praying. I don't know what those ranks are doing. Oh, I got him. So as you see, that guy was going against the Wellington and he completely ignored the whole fighters formation that was coming just right after him. So he had no way to survive. Now, as I see, we got a P-39K behind us, and we are in the enemy spawn, so I will try to get as much as away from here, because I already see those guys coming after me. Yeah, as you see. You're taking a couple of hits. Just try to fly between the trees. Try to use the advantages of the area. Now, this area is pretty much hard to get advantages of, because as you see, it's much more flat ground. There's no trees to hide in. So, as long as they're, like, swiveling around, that guy won't be probably able to hit me. Trying to fly between trees is also a good way to lose players, because they will probably crash, and if not, you just need to bring them to an area where you have ground forces protecting you. Now, I see a big ass column behind me of enemies, and that BF-109 is out of ammo. Can hear it. He's not firing his machine gun. Got him. Let's try to make a turn. Got him too. That's very intense. I don't think I will be able to take them all out. But let's try to do our best. Oh, alright, yeah, as I said, I managed to take 2 of them out, and the enemy has been assaulting me with like 3 planes. As I said, when I thought that I was doing wrong following that guy up to their base, but whatever. I got an evaluation of what those guys are flying, and managed to take out around 3 of those. Now, back to what I was saying with the Wellington. That Wellington was, if you remember, he was flying just right in middle and nosediving, which the Wellingtons aren't built for nosediving. What happened is, when the Wellington was nosediving, he got just intensely amount of enemy on him. And when that happens, you will lose. Wellingtons are gonna lose that fight. Wellingtons are not well armed. The only thing they're good against is ground targets. Once you get people behind you, those 7.7mm machine guns, as long as you guys aren't in formation of at least 2 or 3 of those, they're not gonna deal any damage to the enemy. If even, you're gonna be shot before you manage to deal any, even fire a first bullet and hit him. Letting your gunners do the job is the best thing I can ever tell you. Even though they're not very well trained, I would tell no, don't do that. Let's try to get him. I'm too fast. Let's try to get altitude. Convert altitude, the speed for altitude. Let's see what I can do. Now, as I said, that Wellington was on big disadvantage if we weren't coming. And we managed to save him, but I think he crashed, I'm not pretty sure. Let's see if I can take him out. Got a critical on him. He's completely on that guy. Alright, he lost his tail. Let's try to leave him down there. Alright, here we go. So as you see, that BF-109 was so focused on the enemy that he didn't need his surrendering. He never checked his back. That's what I usually intend to do, or try to do, check my back. Now, I know I have Buford 5 kilometers away, and that ME-410. I'm not gonna go in front of that ME-410. I will try to. You can hear my gunner saying, come on, open fire, or whatever it is, it's pilot. So I'm gonna try to make a turn. Nail some shots on him. Alright, I guess I will fly away. He's getting back up, and I'm one guy. Try to fly back to my friendlies. Yeah, the TX-9K is dangerous. Those things can nail you so easily, and those 2 are chasing me. They're trying to nail me from 1 click away. I don't understand what's the effect in almost those guys. Oh, that TX-9K is closing so fast. Engine is about to overheat. I will try to bring him to friendlies. Well, as you saw, as soon as I got the TX-9K on my ass, and as soon as I know what he's being after or following me, I chose to fly away. Simple reason is, That Yan-9K has a 45mm cannon. That thing gonna have a hit on me and I'm gonna die as soon as he hits me. Alright, that guy lost his elevator. I'm gonna reload. The cannon is completely out. Let's let this BF-1 go away. Oh, something on my tail. Don't see anything on the radar. Yeah, by the way, keeping an eye on the radar, which is in the top right corner, is a very good way to know their enemy positions. That was a close call. As long as you don't pay attention to your enemy locations, you have a big disadvantage. You won't know from where you're being attacked. As I see, I have people on my back. I'm waiting for my cannon to be back up. That BF-109 is trying so hard to evade us. Oh, got him. Oh! Yeah, there was no way I'm gonna escape that. 5 kills, reasonable, not best fight. Take the Ek-90 and see how it goes. No, I'm extremely afraid taking the Ek-90 up. Firstly, it's inaccurate, as I was saying. And there's a big chance that the enemy might make a turn, escape me, and be over my tail. Now that P3 seems very... Yeah, I'm going for the P3. Oh, the P39 is just so retarded. I got him. As you say, that thing, when you need it, the cannon, just 2 shots of it, because of the rate of fire, can take down somebody. Now, you guys probably know about what you saw. You will say, oh, I don't see how this thing is so inaccurate. Well, I'm gonna show you now. Hold on, let me put it in a straight line. Here. You see how the bullets goes everywhere? That's inaccuracy. The gun just overhits and flies the rounds everywhere possible other than the target. So if you try to nail more than 2 shots, which is usually more than what you need on one target, you won't make it. You need to fire 2 shots, let the gun a bit cool down, then fire another 2 shots. Alright, cannons back up. Try to go dozed out for that Bellion high. Dead. Alright, so this was the game. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I will try to talk as much as I can, as less as I can, and not to give you mind fucks, but you know, always good to know. Battle seems reasonable, even though mission failed. 6 kills, 2 times I died. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time. PacificThunder out.